Hello everyone, and welcome to another one of my Canada Goose review videos. What I'm featuring today is a 2022 edition of Canada Goose's Westmount Parka. And I emphasize 2022 because 2022 is the final year that Canada Goose will be offering coyote fur trimmed jackets. Any jackets that are made in 2023 onwards will no longer have this fur, and the only time you can get the fur today is you're either going to be buying a used coat or you're going to be buying new old stock. That being said, this is the Westmount Parka. It is a men's jacket, extended length style, and it is part of Canada Goose's Thermal Experience Index 5 series of jackets, meaning that it's meant for temperatures that are minus 30 centigrade or colder. Now, for those that aren't familiar with the TEI index, as Canada Goose would call it, it ranges from 1 to 5, 1 being mild temperatures that are just marginally above freezing, to as high as number 5, which is for minus 30 and below. Now, you'll notice that the jacket on me, on my relatively short stature, is quite long. And interestingly enough, I actually bought a size large in this parka based on my measurements. And I've come to the conclusion that if you buy a Canada Goose parka and use their sizing chart, that any Thermal Experience 5 parkas can generally be sized down 1 to 2 sizes. And that being said, this is a size medium. It's still really long, so I'm going to likely return this jacket to buy a Fusion Fit edition of this coat, meaning that it's built Fusion Fit. Canada Goose offers a special series of jackets that generally are meant for smaller frames, which means that the hem will be 3 to 4 inches shorter and the arms will be 1 to 2 inches shorter, so that the fit is a little bit better. Now, of course, Canada Goose parkas are synonymous with high quality and warmth, and of course the hefty price tag to boot. So thankfully, the Westmount Parka, like all other Canada Goose products, is very well constructed. The stitching is really clean. The fabric is heavy. The down fill, which is 625 duck down, fills the coat evenly. And today is really mild. It's not extremely cold, but I am very toasty. The fact that I'm wearing a t-shirt underneath this coat. Now, I selected the Westmount Parka because I liked the long line, sort of clean look of this coat. You'll notice that on the front, there are no Velcro details, there are no real exposed buttons, right? And it's just a very plain, clean black look. Of course, with the obligatory Canada Goose arm patch, which I wish was optionally not available so that I don't have to be advertising this coat. Now, that being said, let's talk about some of the cool features about this jacket that I thought was really neat. Number one, the Westmount Parka, to my understanding, has the most amount of pockets on this coat. It's so extreme that you could pack probably half your grocery cart into this jacket. It features 12 pockets in this coat. So you have 2 oversized chest pockets on the front here by, I guess, your chest. Behind those pockets, we have 2 zippered ones, right, that can fit my entire hand, and then some in on each side. We have 2 buttonable hip pockets that are fleece lined, and then we also, on the inside of this coat, have these monster-sized mesh pockets on each left and right. And you'll see these mesh pockets are massive. You could put a gigantic bag of potato chips in here and even a 1-liter drink and still have room to spare. Now, I have really big extreme winter gloves that will fit in there, so that's a real nice detail. Now, right along the back side here, you'll see that there's another 2 tiny mesh pockets on each side, and I suspect that you could put sort of those chemical-based hand warmers that you'd use at the ski hill and tuck those in, and that'll keep sort of the back side of your body nice and toasty. Now, on the left side, we've also got this sort of thin fabric pocket here that's got this little overlapping flap, so you can put your credit cards and car keys, and this flap is useful because things won't fall out should you turn the jacket upside down. Now, that's 11 pockets. We actually have one more little bonus piece, which is the pen holder pocket on the left arm sleeve. So you can put 2 pens or pencils or Apple Pencil writing instruments in there. I thought that was an interesting feature, something I probably wouldn't use, but nonetheless, that's a pocket. Now, on the inside of the coat, we have this waist cincher cord on each side. So this is elasticized cord so that you can actually bring the waist or the hip area of the jacket in to give it a little bit more fitted look. That will not only improve the appearance and the fit, but also keep the heat inside your body and the cold air out. Now, taking off the jacket, it's a little bit breezy here today, but one thing I really like about this coat is that it being long, it still has a bit of weight to it. And I hate going into an interior space and then find out that I have to carry my coat this way. Awesome feature that I love, and I wish every Canada Goose Parka had this, are these backpack straps right here. So if you're going inside and you want to carry your coat, you just sling on the straps, and then you're now able to essentially wear the jacket like a backpack, like so, and then not overheat and not actually use your arms to carry a coat. Now the other nice thing that the Westmount Parka had feature-wise that they introduced a couple of years ago is this down-filled neck collar. So it's made out of a smooth nylon fabric, it's overstuffed with more feathers, and it wraps around your neck to keep it nice and warm, eliminating the need for a neck warmer. Now looking towards the top of the jacket, we have a detachable hood. It just simply comes off by unzipping it and then popping out 2 buttons on each side, right? And the neat thing too is that the fur ruff on the top of the hood can also be removed by unzipping it. Nice feature, stiffening wire inside to keep the hood's shape, and on the back you have these volume adjusters that with reflective details so people can see you at night, as well as cinch cords to bring down the opening of the hood during extreme weather. So very versatile. Now, of course, the jacket has a lot of other quality details that make it sort of better than the competitors, and that of course is the construction quality itself. So I believe I mentioned that the stitching quality is really good, the fabric and the fill is really nice, but the zippers are made by YKK. They're very heavy duty and chunky. Behind the zipper you have this internal storm flap to keep the wind out, and then you also have a oversized external storm flap with concealed buttons that snap over it to give you sort of that cleaned look and protecting the zipper and to keep additional wind and whatever out from the body. So that's a real nice detail. Inside the sleeves, right, we have these sort of oversized, extended length, elasticized cuffs, right, that just have the right amount of tension that it can accommodate a base layer underneath and have some stretch, but not so tight that it feels constrained. Now, one interesting feature of the sort of better made parkas is that on the end of the sleeves, unlike some other jackets where they just have the fabric edge like this, the Canada Goose actually reinforce the edge of the cuffs with a thicker fabric so that it doesn't experience fraying. The other neat thing is that this jacket, being a black coat, could have potential visibility issues during the winter months when it gets dark. Well, have no fear, because Canada Goose also included some reflective detailing, as I pointed out, on the hood, as well as on the sleeve. Now, you'll see that there's a reflective strip here and not on this side. Well, it's because you can actually unbutton it and then flip this cuff around so that the reflective details are exposed, or you can flip them back to hide them to give you a sort of a cleaner look. So these are some of the things that I like about the Westmount Parka. Like I said earlier, it's a 2022 edition. It is the final year that you can get coyote fur on the hood. To me, the coyote fur is synonymous or iconically Canada Goose. I have worn these jackets in extreme cold conditions, and the fur ruff absolutely does help improve the warmth and wind protection on one's face. So there you guys have it. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, and thank you for watching.